What is an on-chain audience and how does that differ from more traditional Web 2 audience building?
When you're a Web 2 creator, company, enterprise, the unit of value that links your audience, your user base together is oftentimes an email address. And those email addresses are oftentimes scattered across many, many platforms. So if you're hosting an event and you're using Eventbrite, email, the user has to submit that email, fill out their details, information over and over again. If they're trying to buy something from Shopify from your checkout store, if they don't have like one click pay set up, then they have to submit their email, their number, their address, whatever, their full name, whatever. If they are trying to follow you on Instagram, then you got to send them to Instagram to follow you there. And if you're trying to send them from Instagram to TikTok, then you have to have a link in bio that then sends them there. So oftentimes the unique identifiers that link like a Web 2 audience are often emails or like these bridges like link in bios. Previously it was like oftentimes like cookies, right? Like you track a user on the internet very meticulously, but even those are sunsetting more and more. So the unit, the identifier is oftentimes the email address in many instances, and creators oftentimes build the most power when they have like an adequate newsletter with many subscribers, right? Or it's the link in bio tool that sort of acts as a bridge between all these like siloed islands across social media from their website and whatever. That's a Web 2 audience. It's a restricted, it's a bordered, it's a gated silo, it's an island. All these independent islands that sort of live together, but not together. And in Web 3, the on-chain audience is very different. Whereas we, as the individuals, as the users, as the platforms, as the enterprises, we build on-chain audiences, which means that we are the platform. So what that means is that wherever we go, our community of wallets can follow us. So it doesn't matter if I build a submission form on Dform, I can then find a way to get those people to engage with my Zora link really easily for minting. It doesn't matter if I build a subscriber base on a Mirror or Paragraph. With a blast of an email, I can get those wallets to easily convert to collecting my Zora URL, right? Or engaging with my Sound Drop or whatever it may be. There's all these linkages in Web 3 that just don't exist in Web 2. And that's made possible because we're all collectively building on a shared network called Ethereum, right? So when more apps build on top of these networks, they just contribute to the entire network effect of the network itself. And the apps put the user in control of their audience. That's how I see it. So when I think about building an on-chain audience, the same wallets that collect my stuff on Zora will also follow me on Lens, will also subscribe to my Mirror blog, will also connect their wallet via Dynamic and Privy to authenticate to my website, are the same people that are going to collect my pull-ups when I meet them in person. It's all linked together, right? In ways that I could never do in Web 2.
What advice would you have? And maybe you want to split it into, I don't know if you want to split it into creators and brands separately, or if it's just advice for both. How can they start to think about building their on-chain audience? What do you think they should be doing?
I think it starts with as small as just open up a Farcaster account or a Lens account, start a channel, get wallets to follow you. And then after you build a following on, like you're like 100 followers, 200 followers on that, do a survey. Use Dform to put together a wait list of some sort, right? Or get responses and then get more wallets to submit that. And then from there, drop a commemorative NFT of some sort, right? And get those people to engage and build something cool and drive traffic to your website for wallets to authenticate, to log in, understand who those folks are. And I think there's just like this natural progression of people using crypto-enabled services and crypto-enabled tools that just by default, like it will just happen by default. So there's no real guide. Just use crypto, building crypto, and you'll build an on-chain audience. And then for the end users, be chronically, terminally on-chain. And the more you are on-chain, it pays to be an early user. You know, like there's it reward, like you get rewarded for being an early participant, early user on-chain. And I'm not just saying like airdrops, like there's knowledge, you know, and like history that you build and experience that you build and context that you build for yourself as a user of understanding how these things work that oftentimes could act like a college degree of some sort. You know, all the gas fees that you're spending, all the bullshit NFTs and meme coins that you've bought, just enrich your perspective on how things work in the space. So be chronically on chain, use crypto enabled tools, and we're all going to make it.